Hi guys, today we're going to learn how to subtract fractions. We're going to learn how to subtract fractions with the same denominators, related denominators and unrelated denominators. Now I would suggest if you haven't learned how to add fractions with related and unrelated denominators, you would go back and do that first because the same principles apply when you're subtracting fractions and it's easier to get your head around when you're adding fractions first. But that's just me. If you would like to do this first, then that's totally up to you. Okay, so here we go. There's 3 steps that we need to follow when we're subtracting fractions. We need to use multiplication first to make both the denominators the same, because just like with adding fractions, we cannot solve the problem until both of our denominators are the same. The second step is we just subtract the fractions as normal, and the third step is we simplify our answers. Okay, but enough of me talking. Let's go through 3 together. I'm going to do 3 problems with you. The first problem is with fractions that have the same denominators. The second problem are fractions that have related denominators. And the third problem is fractions with unrelated denominators. We'll do this one first. Okay, because both of our denominators are the same, all I have to do is subtract the 2 top numbers, the 2 numerators, and leave the denominator the same because, as you know, when we're adding and subtracting fractions, our denominator always stays the same. So we have a denominator of 6, and 3 take 1 is 2. So that's our answer. However, I could simplify this answer. I know the biggest number that goes into both 2 and 6 is 2. 2 goes into itself once. 2 goes into 6 3 times. So the answer to 3 6 take 1 6 is 1/3. Okay. Next problem. This is fractions with related denominators. Okay, so what we need to do first is make both of our denominators the same using multiplication. So I know that I can turn 3 into 6 by multiplying it by 2. Now, whatever I do, now both of my denominators are the same because 3 times 2 is 6 and our 6 stays the same. Now whatever I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. So if I've times the denominator by 2, I have to times the numerator by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And this denominator stays the same. 1, sorry, not plus. Subtract, silly me. 4 take 1 is 3. Our denominator of 6 stays the same. Now I know I can simplify this because 3 is half of 6. So our answer is 1/2. Okay. Next problem. These are fractions with unrelated denominators. So we need to cross multiply. So we multiply this denominator by 2 and this denominator by 3 to give us our new denominator of 6. Whatever we do to the denominator, we have to do to the numerator. So this denominator we've multiplied by 2. So this numerator we have to multiply by 2. 1 times 2 is 2. This denominator we've multiplied by 3. So this denominator we have to multiply by 3. Now both our denominators are the same. We're free to complete the problem. Our denominator of 6, we carry that on. 3 take 2 is 1. And that's our answer, and we can't simplify that anymore. Okay. What I'd like you to do now is solve these 3 problems. Once you've paused the video, solve the problems, talk to a partner about how you solve the problem, and then press play and we'll go through the answers together. Okay, pause the video now. Okay guys, welcome back. Let's solve these problems. Okay, so the first one, our denominator is the same, so we don't have to do anything to the denominators because they're the same. We just simply subtract. So 3 take 1 is 2. Our denominator of 4 stays the same. We just now need to simplify it. The biggest number that goes into both 2 and 4 is 2. So 2 goes into itself once. 2 goes into 4 twice. So that's our answer. Next problem. I know that 4 and 8 are related because I can multiply 4 by 2 to turn it into 8. So that's what I'm going to do. 4 times 2 is 8. Now both of our denominators are the same. Whatever I do to one denominator, I have to do to the numerator. So 4 times 2, now I have to do 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, and 1. 6 take 1 is 5 over 8, and that cannot be simplified. Last problem, 3 and 4, they're not related because I cannot multiply 3 by 4, 3 by any number to turn it into 4. So what I'm going to do is multiply 3 and 4 together. So multiply 3 by 4 and multiply 4 by 3. That gives me a new denominator of 12. Now remember, whatever we do to the denominator, we have to do to the numerator. So we've times this denominator by 4, so we have to times this numerator by 4. We have to times this denominator by 3, so we have to times this numerator by 3 equals 4 take 3 is 1 over 12. 1/12, and we can't simplify that anymore. So there are your answers. I hope you got the same as me. Now you're free to go on to the next activities.